Yes, yes, yes. Thank God we made it back, made it back, made it back. We're back in the loop. Jay's Brain Chamber. We was on the road in the rock. Shout out to the rock. Shout out to the rock. We was in the rock. And I'm glad that we made it back. But give me 1 second, please. Check the mic up. Give us a second, we're gonna get a mic check. Thank you. Mic is fine. So, back to action. Today, we're gonna be spitting some knowledge. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna break off a few things, pick up from the rock where we left off at. But we got Kill Bill, not the movie.
Not the movie.
It's been a minute since he been on. We already know. We miss Sus because we've been on the road. But you know she here every time. The Healer, Kente. Let me get a shout out to Kente the Healer. And we're not saying it like that, but what I'm trying to, what she can let you further know how she have been healed and the process she went through in her steps. So we got to give her a shout out for being a healer. She's been healed by something greater than you and I, and also can help you take those steps. Before we get started, I want Kill Bill to give us some update. Kill, what's been happening with you, Kill? What's been the deal? What's been the deal, my brother?
How y'all doing? It's Mr. Kill Bill, not the movie. How y'all doing? What I've been doing, really behind the scenes. Jay really mind creating, getting a new vision how I'm really doing my artwork.
Okay.
Trying to take a new direction towards it. Okay. You know, they say, you ain't gotta stop what you're doing, just find a different way to get at it, you know? So I'm just really trying to find my own lane in it, you know? Still trying to be like a voice, putting into my music. Like, I speak to people every day. They're like, oh, kid, I see you doing your music. I'm like, I appreciate it, you know? I'm humble. But I tell people all the time, I don't like to be looked at as a rapper. I know the image I give off, but I mean, that's in the category of the things I do. I like to be looked at as an artist. Right. You know, I make music for people to relate to, but you know, that's what I've been doing in the meantime. Got a mixtape coming out, a small EP, dropping 14 days. That's a special day.
Okay, already. So, you know, hard at work.
So y'all just have a look out for that Hard to Kill Volume 1.
Already. There y'all headed from Kill Bill. Look out for that dropping. You say what?
Oh man, Hard to Kill Volume 1 on the way.
How many days?
Oh man, 14 days, man.
14 days. Already. That's what's up. So we're gonna break off into the show today. We was talking about quite a few things, but I want Sus here to give us, because I ain't heard from him in a couple of days now. Yeah, everybody knows Sus. Sus can go ahead and do her thing.
Oh shit. I got put on the spot. I wasn't ready for that one. So you just want me to start off with whatever comes to me?
Yeah, a lot of us know, the healer is
right. We're just picking up on.
We just want to know what you've been doing since the last time we've heard from you.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. Folks will hear about it and see about it in time. But the main thing I've been doing is really working on myself, healing myself. So, holding the title healer is such a big title. It's just the title, right? But but I've been really focusing on healing myself.
Already. That's what's up. And we all need to take that phase. I advise everyone to get on some type of path of healing and, re-instruct through your mind. Go ahead, we got a lady in the audience have a question. Go ahead, ma'am.
I just want to really quickly, because we got a lot of questions, phone calls, emails about Lil Rock 9 and
that's fine.
Why you said what you said last Saturday. Mm-hmm. So if you could just give us a real quick story of who they were, really quick, and explain why you feel the way you feel. Because had it not been for them, schools would have continued to be segregated and,
I understand that, ma'am, and deeply from my heart. I respect all of that.
I mean, I'm just saying that because, you know, true story. I actually uh did a rally and marched
Right.
alongside one
Right,
of those old ladies, and I mean,
Right.
it was just amazing to be in her presence.
right,
And she was an activist way back when, so
right.
people do look up to her.
I mean, I respect that, man. I truly do. And I, you know, my heart goes out to those people. I thank those people. But in a sense, it's this here though. I want to break something down to you real quick, and I ain't gonna stay here too long. But you mean to tell me, with your own idea of it, you rather go into this school, which you at a school, which these individuals was organized by the oppressor to go in a school to integrate this school.
Right.
Which we need, we need to be integrated. We need it. But see, that is the failure for people like you and I. We don't want to be a part of us. We want to be a part of something else. Now, we stop even giving the proper training. Because you know why? We stop obeying by the righteous law. So when we got in that law, we want to be like that. So at that point in time, which everybody disagreed, will agree, we needed education. We need to be in those schools to get the education. I understand that. But you mean to tell me, you want me to look at you high when you let someone send you into school with National Guards and allow someone to spit on you, kick you about, and the National Guard standing there? You want me to look up to you? And you look at our brothers that's been slaughtered in the street today and ask yourself, which part of activeness that they did then that you appreciate today?
Well, it still was an honor to be in her presence.
Right, I'm not knocking that. And it's when I went there, when I was at the meetings with them, it was an honor to be there. I was glad to see them. They were before my time. You know what I'm saying? I read about them in school. I understand it, I mean, clearly. But I understand also this here. When are we going to stop lying these people to make a clown out of you? I mean, just imagine. If we would have did something different, Tony wouldn't have been slaughtered in the streets with no justice. But we did. So guess what? There go George Floyd there. There go Sandra Bland's there. There go Mike Brown there. There go Trayvon, and the list goes on. But they put a demonstration down that you know not. And ain't too many you don't do.
Okay.
And no disrespect to no one about Little Rock 9. I respect Little Rock 9 to the fullest. I respect every individual that looked like you and I who stood for whatever it was that they stood for. Because for them standing for that, whatever took place, is the ideal. So we understand that clearly, but we just on a whole new rising now.
Okay.
That was dead. This rising is different today.
Okay.
Much different. You know, and then just like when you asked the question about banging in Little Rock, I know a lot of people disagree with me. And I mean, I'm going to talk about California, I'm going to talk about New York, I'm going to talk about Chicago, I'm going to talk about all the cities. And I know individuals that's affiliated might feel some type of way. But in reality, we look depressive.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I don't think we should go into.
I mean, but first of all, hold on, ma'am. Let me explain something to you. You just a guest. You in the audience. You don't control my show.
Okay.
Lil J control the show. You gonna tell Lil J where to go and where not to go. But since you said
No, I'm
that,
just saying,
no,
if
since
this
you
is a
said that,
show
look,
that
listen,
people might see
listen, that's
and
fine. That's fine. Because they need to
people
know.
are crazy.
Listen, they need to know. If you supersonic crazy and ready to go over the hill, I want you to think about one thing, my brother. How idiot that you look. They making money off you. This is not how we live. You demonstrating something that that ain't even our moral. That ain't what we value. Somebody got to let the people know that. So if you willing to kill for that, they don't even kill for your rights.
The question.
No, you said what you need to do is run off that bridge over them keys.
Okay. So
But go ahead,
what
man.
do Kill Bill and the Healer have to say?
Are you asking a question? I mean, hold on, because the show getting out of control. I'm asking you and the other, are you asking a question? Who do you trying to respond to someone, or you want to ask someone a question?
The topic says.
I'm asking you a question, man. That don't work.
Okay.
So do you want to ask someone a
Mr.
question?
J is no.
Okay, then we'll carry on the show. Thank you for your time. But like I was saying though, back to the checking point. You know what I'm saying? Cause say, hey, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to play tonight.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to play tonight.
Hey, we chop at the best.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to add on anything? We ain't finna play tonight.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? I want you to put your phone on live. I need response. I need everything because I ain't finna play with you. Not tonight. I'm willing to answer any question.
Question from the table?
The table, anything. Because this is how we're going off. Because see,
Bring
first
it
of
here.
all, go ahead, Miss Lady.
No, the table had a question.
Okay, go ahead, my brother.
How you doing, I see Mike?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, my brother? A question, to the host. I respect this man to the utmost, he gave me a lot of teachings, most people don't do that. So this question is like, how do you feel towards the black people of them getting out of their situation without dealing with the suppressing?
Well, first of all, my brother, as we know through history, some of us, after we integrated with the school, some of us excelled, became in a position, worked good jobs, they would take care of our family, which they was doing that before this happened. When they were separated, this is what people don't understand. You was already a scholar before they gave you the title scholar. So we have to recognize that. But since we in their program, under their teaching, you know what I'm saying, and that was the way that we was able to be educated, get an education, learn proper English, proper language, be able to speak in the tongue of them, which will put you in a professional world. So if you can't speak that language, then you unprofessional, which means you uneducated. That's how they look at it. But that's how all that took place. It was, like I say, I still thank all those brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? But this is one thing that I do realize, though, since you said that this has been puzzling me, but this is one of my messages, you know what I'm saying, that I am finna start delivering heavily, very heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. You know what I'm saying? Because I want us all to understand. And before I get started here, I want to get a shout out to my brother Derek, you know what I'm saying, the Fellas Night Out, the show Fellas Night Out. Shout out to my big cousin. You know what I'm saying? They follow them on Facebook. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? They talking some real good game, dropping some real good jewels, some knowledge, dealing with relationships, and if the women have a lot of things, y'all know y'all do have a lot of things y'all want to say, you're able to say on that. We will be connecting with them and bringing some stuff to the table, dealing with them in a relationship. But also, I want to shout out, this right here I'm finna go to is gonna be different though. So since we dealing with that, and we're looking at the crisis that's taking place today, and what we are going through. First of all, I want everyone who are watching and listening to understand what you're worth. Know your value. Know your role. Master your role. Learn to be the best it is in your role. Like Martin Luther King said, his lines, for you to be a scrub on the real, be the best scrub on the real that you can be. Master that. That's important. That determines how far you're going to go and excel in life once you know your value and what you worth. If you do not know that and understand that, you will be sitting in the depressive state talking about what is. So we're going to go past that. But
Oh, man.
the thing is, I've been doing a lot of self-evaluation and also watching. So I realized the reason why we are having these problems here in our community is because we already know that the black man and the black woman is not connected. We understand that. But the thing is, the individual we're elected in our community, not just as council or alderman. I'm talking about these churches. The church is what organizes your community. In order to reach the community, you will go through what? You will go through the church. You will go through the church.
Elaborate.
Okay, so the church is set in your community. They are the ones who represent your community. They are the ones you can go to in your community for anything, especially dealing with the higher power, any type of political, any type of source of revenue, anything. Your church is for you. That's your community. That's why it's a community church. That's where we all go. Those are individuals that's sitting up in these places, know what's going on, and they can make decisions on your community. You know what I'm saying? If the church feel like we need a better school in this community, they gonna put a better school in it.
They sit on the boards and all that. So yeah.
Right, exactly. So if the church is failing the community, then just like we vote in the governor, we need to vote the church out. Get him out the community. He's not. Go ahead, ma'am.
I was watching last week,
Go ahead.
last Saturday, and I noticed that you put the same message out in Little Rock, and now you're back here in St. Louis putting that same message out. I'm like, what are you saying? Are you going to campaign this idea?
Actually, I am going to campaign. I am campaigning. It's not I'm going to. I am campaigning. This is what I am doing, and this is what everyone needs to be doing in your community. Everybody need to get together and go to their church. The whole neighborhood, the whole community, get together and go to the church in the community. And what we need to start doing is setting demands and laws. And go ahead, ma'am.
What if people feel uncomfortable confronting their church?
Well, we already know that's gonna happen. That's what I'm saying. And once you're doing anything righteous, I want you to understand this. Once you're doing anything righteous, I want you to understand this. Once you're doing anything righteous, you will be confronted. So once you know that, before you make the move, you're already prepared for that. But see, I'm not gonna stress on that because I'm gonna be talking truth. They're gonna separate. Because you know why? The church. Go ahead.
I want to know how your panel feel about that.
Okay.
I mean, I just want to. I mean, they're sitting up there with you.
Right.
Oh, man.
You know, we just. I want to know because
Okay.
you have them up here with you
Right.
while you making this major announcement.
Right.
I want to know how they feel about
Right.
the campaign.
Okay. When I finish
Okay.
explaining
Okay.
exactly what I'm saying,
Okay.
and they will be able to elaborate. I'm gonna ask everyone in here questions about it. But
Okay.
everybody put in their input, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Because you know what I'm saying? All ideas and all knowledge is good knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I say that it's because this here. If you look back in history and all through the struggles or whatever the case we may have been through, it was the church. Go ahead.
I honestly, all jokes aside, I feel like that's a dangerous territory to step into, because people are gonna think you attacking the church, and more specifically, you saying our community, people are gonna think you're attacking the black church, and then
Okay, let me ask you a question. Since the people feel like you,
No, I'm just saying.
I'm saying,
we have to think about all the whole
Listen,
pie, just not this side.
listen, okay,
And I want
okay,
the panel to.
right, but you steady saying that, but
I'm
you're not
all
letting
for
me.
it.
No,
but I just
hold on,
wanna-
you're not letting me finish though.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're not letting me finish because the first mistake that you made is worrying about what people gonna think.
Okay.
You worried about is he attacking the church, but it's the church supporting and representing the community. Brothers died in the community. Where's the church? Why is there so many uneducated brothers in the community? Where is the church? Where's the leaders? Why is there so many unskillful brothers in the community? Where is the church? I tell you where the church is. Sitting in there doing what they do. Which we got doctors in the church, lawyers in the church, construction, house builders in the church. And they ain't teaching a child in this community not one to, but say, come to the church. No, we got to step out the church. They're not dying in the church. They're not lost in the church. They lost in the community. But you want me to come in the church? No, you got to go out the church. That's what you got to do. So what we have to do is we instruct the pastors. If the pastor don't want to deliver, then we got to move him around. We need somebody in the church that's going to represent the community. We need somebody, when you come out there and send these sisters in the community to get these brothers and sisters votes, then them the people we need to be represented, voting for something for your community. Just like, for example, since you said that, I'm going to go deeper into the church. If you go into the church, it's more women in the church than men.
Yeah.
So that means women are organizing women. Where the youth there? It's less men in the church, so that means it's less men organizing the community. We got a problem here. But we can stand up and preach a message in a building, but afraid of someone look like you. You mean to tell me you scared of him? And you of the church? You of God?
Well, it goes deeper than that. The churches are government-based now, and they don't pay any taxes. So a lot of them are not going to risk their finances to keep their building running.
Since you said that, I want to take a sip here. And that's the reason I said get him out the community. Just as well we vote Tom in to be the alderman, just as well we'll let Pastor Stevens go on down the highway. We need someone in here because we need to be organizing these brothers. They need to become skillful. They can go to the church. The church is a schoolhouse. It's a church of worship, praising, education, spiritual. This is a training base. So you should be able to go to the church as a youth and come out of church as a scholar.
I know some people that attend your Bible studies during the week, and word around town is you're going to start your own church.
Yes, I am. I'm working on building my own church. That is for sure. You know what I'm saying? In this church, you will be able to get more than just an education. This church is going to teach you who you are. See, once you find out who you are, see, the church not telling you who you are.
I just feel you treading on dangerous waters.
But guess what? The same thing
I
about
do.
Saul and Paul when he went to Paul when he was Saul.
Let's get some other opinions here.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get some
Yeah,
other
we're gonna get
opinions.
some more opinions, but
So
I was
just
breaking it
feel-
down.
I'm feeling something
Yeah,
in my
can't say
like,
something
it's
first.
scary.
Okay, well, go ahead. Let somebody else get some, cause you know, cause see,
I know
I,
y'all didn't get, but this is real
Come on, man.
stuff.
go
Y'all
ahead, bro,
didn't
say
know
what you got to
sometimes.
say.
First,
Speak
I
your
want to
mind.
know, did you know that he
Speak
was
your
gonna
mind.
come out with this before you sat down? To be honest.
I mean, I had
So this gonna be raw feelings that you finna say, right?
not raw, because I kind of already had a feeling, you know.
No, I'm talking about physical, like out mouth. You didn't know anything. This is like, tell your opinion. What's up? How do you feel? And will you join this campaign?
Yes and yes.
Why?
Everything always has a bad side to it. I mean, his action for many is one in direction of what he sees that's not happening in the community. He feel like these people are out here suffering when there's communities that have these big churches that put so much money in and don't really have people that's outside doing the footwork. Back then when I was growing up, I used to go to Bible study Tuesdays, Sundays. You don't hear about that now. It was people that was outside in the neighborhood trying to get people to come. You don't really see people really putting the effort. So I see the idea where he's coming from. He's trying to make his market base where he's not really trying to stunt on another church, but make his church different to the part where you don't just come in and just get.
But he's going deeper. He's saying that voting them out.
I mean, he ain't really trying to say vote him out. He's just basically saying he's
Oh,
doing more than a different
really?
church. You feel
Really?
me? Like, you know, you just go to church and they just
Oh.
pound your head about God. He's gonna educate you. Most people don't go to church and they don't know about it. You feel me? You got an educated person first to tell them about something. So
You will join the campaign.
of course, you know, I'm down the ride like folks.
Okay.
Let them know that's kid being like move.
Okay.
But just to say on the other side, you know, I agree with you. You know, there's always a flip side. But just to clarify the things, you just you want to be different. You know, we Libras, so you know, I Libra still, you know, we balance off things.
That's a little bit more than different. That's I have people are going to think that you guys are attacking the church. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I want to say attack it, but it's gonna be a strong controversy of conversation
Yes,
back and
it
forth.
is.
I mean,
Yeah,
but you know,
Yeah.
That's just-
Oh. So the same questions for you, Kente the Hill. I want to know,
Right.
do you agree? I know you didn't know. I know you didn't get prepped. I didn't hear you.
Hey,
know.
so, oh, that's irrelevant.
I'm sorry.
what's the word, y'all?
Do you agree?
So I'm
Do you
gonna say
agree?
a few things,
Do you
not
agree?
just do I agree.
Do you agree?
Okay,
What
so Pop been saying for a while now. So because you keep saying it, Jay, like he says I'm wrong, but Pop saying like
Oh, Pop.
we got all these churches,
Pop.
got all
You
these
talking about
homeless
Tupac.
people.
People, Pop.
Pop, right?
Okay.
So we talking about Pop.
We're talking
He was
about
speaking about
Tupac.
this for a while.
Speaking.
Before he passed away, he
He
was speaking
did.
about what?
He did.
He was talking about all these churches that existed, but you got all these homeless people. How? Okay. Let's leave it here there. For me, I don't really too much go into different religions and stuff like that. If you ever notice when we tap into certain things for certain reasons. But I feel like finding church within myself, which is finding the God within me, the God that I am. Because
You gotta get to know yourself. You know what I'm saying?
that's one. And I feel like we're a lot of times, okay, because see, this is why I really step in, because it is a fine line.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the same people that sit in these church homes are very judgmental. Jay spoke of folks not feeling comfortable to go talk to these black men who might be out standing on corners or doing different things because they don't feel comfortable. Well, if you don't feel comfortable within yourself, then you wouldn't feel comfortable to go talk to them, right?
Right.
So I feel like, again, that's why it's important for people to find church within themselves, God within them. And I'm not going to speak for everybody, but a lot of times the same people that sit in these church homes are very judgmental. And so the biggest thing that I'm learning right now with a higher soul is that a lot of times people judge and like, you don't even think that high in one's world to judge them. And so for me personally, I feel like this wave, our generation, are going to be doing things like starting new churches or organizations or however you want to put it. Understanding that he don't even have to campaign for real. Once he started his church and it's coming from the soul and coming from God. And for me, I'm not saying that these churches is not coming from God. I'm just saying that sometimes, I know I say this a lot, sometimes the person who's standing in the front of the pulpit have to always remember that every single day is a healing process. And so I think for me, it's like a lot of them be very judgmental sometimes. And so that's why we're not finding them going back out in the neighborhoods to get people to go inside of the churches and do all of this. Because if you're not comfortable within yourself, you can't give one what you don't have. So I can't come talk to this brother about coming to save his soul and free his soul if I don't have it. But how you don't have it and you stand in front of the pulpit preaching to the whole congregation? So I don't know.
No, that's not the question. The question is, I want to know how you feel, particularly about voting them out. The preachers and just the whole situation of literally voting them out.
I feel like I answered. I feel when these different churches are created, we don't even have to worry about that. Honestly, they're going to just naturally, when things are built on faulty foundation, they will crumble. I don't know how else to answer that. That's how I feel. I feel like you ain't got a campaign. I feel like you ain't got to do none of that. I feel like build your church and go ahead and do your flow and watch how it go. These churches just going, because again, like, you gonna set the standard, and can everybody live up to that if they living from a soul level and doing certain things? I don't go to church. I don't have a church home. So would I go to the church? Probably so. I'm looking for a church home. But I ain't found one that suits me yet, because again, a lot of times, you sit in the church home with a bunch of posters judging. And for me, like, a soul don't have a sex, so all these gay stuff. I don't believe in a lot of different stuff. I'm very different. I don't know. So that's why I don't speak of religion. I don't. I speak of my ancestors.
And
That's respectful.
And that's one thing, and I appreciate you, sister, and I thank you, brother, as well. And I thank you too. But on that note, I'm gonna break that down a little bit more on a later time, because we're running out of time. But this is not about religion.
It's not.
This is about building. You know what I'm saying? And giving. See, this church is gonna be beyond the churches that you have been to. Hold on, ma'am. Could I get you to cut that down, please? Thank you, ma'am. And we're gonna skip that. But I want to go into something very quickly and deeply. I want to ask a question real quick. I want all the listeners and viewers to please understand. I want to know how Bayou is a black woman. What's the worth of a black woman? What's the value of a black woman? What's so important of a black woman? We ain't talking about genes and heads. We're just saying. And if anybody want to say anything, they have all right to. And I will want to, and I also we want to try to build that connection. So see, the black woman have to understand how important what's her part, know who she is. And the black man have to know the same to be able to connect. So therefore, that child won't have them out there laid down in the street. They'll be scholars. But this is something I want to say right quick, and I want any pastor, any biblical scholar, or any other individual to have the knowledge and the ability to be able to share and respond. But this is something that seems, beyond the average thought of that. That's what I'm saying. Now, I just want you to listen to me carefully. It said, a great and wondrous sign appeared in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. she was pregnant and cried out in pain. I want you to think about that. See, the part is so deeply, and and I know people looking at me like, what I don't, what is okay. I know you're a biblical, but it's just deeply because it say she was clothed with the sun. The sun now, what is the sun? What is the sun? What energy is that? With the moon under the feet. What is the moon? What is the significance of that? And she was pregnant and she cried out in pain. This is in the book of Revelation. Now they say the world is ending. But in chapter 12, it tells you that a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her. I know a biblical